Welcome back to another trading session here. So currently the market is still pushing, holding great support. Let's see if we're gonna break above the range of 3900, 39,600, sorry. Nasdaq is pushing great. So let's see if this is gonna continue or if this is gonna be a fake out. On a 1 minute time frame, we could see some selling pressure back to 800 or even lower. I could consider doing a short here. I'm glad I waited the 15 minutes, so I'm just gonna mark the highs. And the current highs for this market here is 850. And the current lows for the past 15 minutes is 740. This is for the Nasdaq. So if we're gonna break above 850 and we show strong confirmation above and we do not get a fake out and we keep showing momentum, then it's a long for me. It's gonna be interesting to see if this is gonna confirm and just keep rallying, okay? It's going to be fun to see if the market is going to continue to really move higher or if this is just a fake out. I'm not doing anything. I'm just staying cash. I'm waiting for a setup. I could potentially take a long back to 950 or even 900. I could also take a long back to 19,000. I just have to be a little bit careful here. It's tough times. I mean, it's difficult to trade. April been very tough for me personally. March was easier. February was also easier. My overall plan in the pre-market session was to take a long on DAX if we break above 950, and we did not manage to do that within the first 15 minutes of the market opening. Same here, my overall plan was to take a long above 850 and we break above, but only with like 20 points. To me, it's extremely overbought. If I want to do something, I'm shorting the market. Around 22,000 for DAX. Stand by for a short position on DAX. I'm gonna do a 10 amount short. Shorting at 45 here. Let's see here. Regarding Nasdaq, it also looks that we could see some sort of selling pressure coming in here around 850. So I could consider doing a short here as well. Planning to do a short here risk 30 points, going after my 100 points, coming back to 750. Interesting. Still waiting, give the market some time here. No really progress on the DAX on a short time frame. If we're looking and we zoom a little bit more out, it's not super clear what the market is going to do. But currently in for a short on DAX. I have my stop loss at 64. I'm not saying it's going to turn here. I'm not saying this is going to be the turning point. I'm just saying this could be a good setup all the way back. To me, it's pretty low risk. Same with the Nasdaq. Wall Street could push up. It's very risky. I'll just exit here at $45, nothing. So exit at 35. It's currently trading at 36, 35, 36, 35, 36. Still 10 points. I just closed it just to wait a little bit to give the market some better time. To me, it really looks that they're really trying hard to push it high for no reason. No progress. My plan was to take a long on the Nasdaq, and I think it could work. I don't think it's a bad plan at all to take a long back to 950. My plan was to take a long above 850. That's where I mark. For me, it's just a little risky here. I think it could easily come back. Could easily also push up. So to me, there's no really confirmation. It's very risky. Oh, sorry. I just want to see how the Tesla stocks is doing. It's not really doing anything. It's kind of like tricky here. What about Apple? No progress really. I might consider doing a short if we can turn around. No progress really on the Wall Street or Nasdaq or DAX or the UK or S&P 500. It moved up, but I think it could get rejected here at 600. I also think it could get rejected here at 900. So we got confirmation after 15 minutes. After 20 minutes and after 23 minutes that we managed to close above, and we are above. So I consider might be going for long here, back to 950 as I told you about. So it might be a long for me, all the way back to 950. So maybe going after risking 20 points, going after 60, I'm risking 0.5%. I'm going after making 1.5%. I'm going after a long here. There's enough confirmation for me. There is confirmation for me here. So let's see here. I just want to see if it's a fake out. And it's gonna sell below, maybe to 72, and then I could consider enter long. And that's my principles. But it could be a fake out, so don't enter long here. Wait for it to come back, consolidate, not break below 850, and you go long, and you could just take it all the way back up. It's not really a long when it's keep being below 900. Just because we get above 900 is not a long immediately, okay? Okay, I'll stop buying it here. It's currently trading at 90, 88. I'm in for 5 only, taking 60 points, and I have a stop loss at 20 points, okay? I'm in for a lighter position, so for me it doesn't really gonna do anything if it goes against me. I don't want to have a stop loss below here. If we cannot hold above 75, it's not strong enough to me to really move back to 950. That was my target, and if I see we have good progress, my TP2, I'll just move this to take profit. Move my stop loss to maybe 910. Once we break above 950, I'll move it to 19,000, and then I will make 100 points, and I have risk like nothing. But I want to make sure it's actually can break above and start rallying. If not, then I'm probably not gonna call it. It could sell below here now. It could also push. No really confirmation at all. I'll just exit here at 96. Why? Because we are half an hour over and it's not really moving above. It's kind of like tricky, and I think it's gonna come now. Yeah, we got it right there. So you could hold it back to 19,000, take 100 points. You could risk 20 points, that will work. It's just very risky, just have to be very careful here, guys. And DAX is also gonna rally back. They're really trying to push it hard. So the overall idea of going long, have a stop loss below 70 really worked. It wasn't a fake out. I waited. Many people, they went long here, got stopped out there. I entered right. I managed to do 2 trades. I know it's very small trades. It's very, very small. It's only 0.2% profits. So almost nothing. But the overall idea of going long here and take it back to 950, and if it breaks above, you take it back to 19,000 is the right move. Many people got stopped out there, and many people did shorting here. It's the right thing to do along here, but just be careful, okay? It's very tricky because we managed to get some news here. Just came in as expected. 9.2%. So the numbers is overall good. This is what we expected. This is just a little bit below, but then 9.2%, yeah. Tricky. It's not really doing anything. It's just really moving sideways. It looks like more like a short setup to me personally, if I really have to do something. But again, the overall setup is not really bad. As it, take it back to 19,000. I could consider doing this. Wall Street is also pushing. DAX is kind of pushing, and Nasdaq is also pushing for 500 points. Yeah, I think they're gonna push it to 950, as I told you, and then maybe above to 19,000. So going short against the trend is too risky. But the long idea here, where I marked the highs, was a great idea. I just didn't manage to hold it. Nasdaq is kind of like consolidating. It's kind of tricky here around 950. I could consider shorting it, but again, it's very risky because there's no progress on the upside or downside. They're trying to push it, but failed. Again, there's one rule: never trade against the trend. Okay, so do not go short here and hope for something to happen. Okay, so don't live with hope and fear. Okay. Again, why should they not just push it to 22,000? Same for the Wall Street. Why should they not just push it a little bit further? And same for the Nasdaq. They want to push it to 19,000 at least before they're gonna, before it's gonna drop. I'll re-enter long here. I just re-entered long because there's confirmation, so it's very low risk setups for me personally. So I went long again, small contract, I have nothing to risk, only a few points. So my plan was taking a long, it just went too slow and it's still very slow. And now I got back in because we went above 950, so now I have my target just above 19,000, okay? So I'm gonna have my target at these previous highs at 42. So target up to the previous highs for yesterday. And I think I will just let this run. Normally it's selling off from 81 to 45, so it's selling off 45 points maximum from highs. I think it could come back to here, and if it does, then I just don't want to have it because it could really come all the way back. So if this have to work out, for the next 5-10 minutes. I'm holding right now a long position. No progress at all. It's very risky. It's risky because it could come back quick, and it could also push, right? There's no really overall confirmation on the short time frame. Wall Street is dumping. Yeah, dumping the market. Could this come back? Will this act as a new low? Let's see if this is going to act as a new low. DAX is also kind of like choppy here. Might get rejected. And let's see if Nasdaq starts selling below. If we do not push above now, then I'm probably going to exit this one for a little loss. And then I could consider doing a short on both DAX and Nasdaq. But again, it could hold here, it could push back, it could hold at 950. Same with the, okay, I got stopped out here. So I'm stopped out for Nasdaq. And now they're pushing it another time. Yeah, they could push it really back to 19,000 or even above. Pretty clear what's going on. Same here, they're pushing it. You just got people out. But again, it could get rejected here really at 950. So I could consider shorting it here for a little bit heavier. We could see some resistance here. It could come back to 850 again. Once Wall Street is confirming, then I will do a short. But Apple is holding quite strong. Microsoft as well. I'll do another long if we can hold here. Let's see here. Nope, waiting. There is some progress and there is some momentum. Okay, but again, re-enter at 20 points higher or we got stopped out. Doesn't really make sense to me. The market is extremely overbought. So the overall lows for today is 730, currently trading at almost 22,000. So there is 260 points, 270 points down for a potential short. And Nasdaq is just pushing. I knew this. That's fine. I'll start going short around 19. Let's see here. I'll start going short on DAX here. It's very risky, but I'm start placing a short here. I think DAX could come back to 900. It could also push up. I'm aware of the risk that I'm going against the trend, but to me the risk reward works. I know they could push it back to 22,100. It could be a very slow, could be a very smooth day with no really impact, and they could drop the market next month. They could drop the market tomorrow, and I could be wrong, but I prepare for that. So no really progress. That's why I shorted here. I'll also like to short the market here for Nasdaq. I know the trend is very clear. Why would it turn? It should come up to 19,000 first. And I know that. Still short on DAX. DAX will not fall if there's no news and there's nothing that could really push the market, then they just want to push it higher. So this is probably going to be a little bit more longer time frame. But I have a pretty good entry on the DAX short. I'm also considering doing a short on the Nasdaq. I don't see that much progress above really, to be honest. Get ready for a short. Again, they will try to push it above 22,000. You have to be aware of that and you have to be careful. That's what they are in for. That's what everyone is trying to do with the market. They're trying to push it, I think, to 22,100. So I'm probably going to like to short it around this range here, all the way back. The same for the Nasdaq. They will push it above, maybe to 100, to 200. But this overall idea of going long was actually correct. Let's see if this is going to be a fake out. It's very risky. I'm going to short against the trend here. They could really push it up now. I'm pretty sure they will push it. Let's see here. It's very slow. Yeah, risking the 20 points here. Let's see here. So they're trying to push the DAX as well. The overall issue I have here is we're trading against the trend. But that's how it is sometimes. If you think you have a good setup, then you're allowed to do that. I'm thinking I'm gonna move my stop loss to 45, then move my target back to the previous lows. I also think I'm gonna move my my stop loss on this one here, and then take the target back here. You could exit now. Let's just exit just for fun at 64. It's currently trading at 65, 62, 64, 60. This one is a good short opportunity. So overall it's very slow market. We shouldn't be trading these days. I know that. So I did this with you today. I managed to do a couple of trades, 4 trades. No, yeah, 3 trades on the Nasdaq. Overall in profit with the Nasdaq. So I think I have something here. We can close it here as well. 150 guys. So I just closed the DAX as well. So overall actually a good day. Actually a good trading day with you guys. Managed to make 20 points on DAX. Managed to make on Nasdaq 20 points, and I lost also a trade on Nasdaq with only 5 in amount. Let's see if it's gonna break below. I'm getting ready for shorting it again. They're really testing your patience. I think I could consider doing another short here. But again, this is just like a long opportunity because the market is so strong. You could see it's holding, and that's why I exit, because I could see this move will come in. I know the market's so good. That's also why I make these, I have such a good track record, because I'm very good to exit when there's like really no selling pressure. So this is just a long. You don't want to do any shorts here, to be honest. Could look like a short here. Okay, I'll do a short here. It's very risky. I wouldn't recommend you taking this trade here. So I'm shorting the DAX at 66, 67 because of Nasdaq managed to close the bar, managed to close below the lower week for that bar. Very choppy. The market is not really doing anything. I think my screen is locked. Yeah, this is locked. Okay, let's see here. I'm still holding a short. I know this could be a losing trade, but Nasdaq is actually, Nasdaq is not updating. They could really push it up, but I still managed to hold it. I Probably gonna exit this one around 45 if it's coming down there. Right now it's pointing up, it's great support. This is more like a long, always long here. This is always a long setup. Why did I take a short? Because what's the risk? It's gonna push to my stop loss. Okay, congrats, it just sold off, and so why should it push right back? There's a reason why things are selling off. It is to push back, but maybe not above, and if it pushed above, then fine. If it breaks below 50, I'll move my stop loss to break even and hold back to here. That's gonna be what I look for, but I could also exit around here. I will be live for another couple minutes more. No risk for me really here. Nasdaq is not really giving any signs of progress. Where can we move over stop loss to? Yeah, I could move it to 980. Then I'm risking 16 points. I like to exit this short here. If we can push. It's just pushing. Let's see here. No progress below this one, and no progress below this one so far. Wall Street is also moving up. It's just very risky. Not risky, but I'm in so light, so it doesn't really gonna hurt. If it's gonna push to my stop loss, I can always get it back by re-enter later, once I get confirmation and once I get selling pressure. It's kind of like choppy here, so either it's gonna sell below or it's gonna push now. I will probably wait for it to sell below. Okay, let's just exit this one here for no progress. Still managed to exit for profit. So no progress on the short side here, no progress on the short side, and no progress on the really short side. But I think the short could come, the potential could come now. I think I'm gonna go back short here at 60 for the DAX. Looks like Nasdaq looks weak. Wall Street also looks weak. Let's see at S&P 500, how the S&P 500 is moving. S&P 500 is also consolidating, is not really doing anything, and DAX is just okay. So we see progress. The risk is it's going to push up, right, and rally. It's all about our time. We cannot get our time back. So I think for me, this could be a stop loss that's going to be moved to 10, just so I don't get a fake out. I'll adding more to short here at 77. I just want to see if this is really going to push, because I don't think so. I'll just exit the ones I just opened. Doesn't really matter for me to, that doesn't make sense for me to have one open and to add to a negative position when there's no progress on the downside. Still managed to close the one I just opened for profit. I opened at 76 and I closed it here. Okay, still have one short here. DAX is pushing, no surprise. It's holding great support. They're going to try to push the market very high now. There's two options I could consider doing. I could either exit, I could do hedge, so I have no exposure, and then once I get confirmation, I could close my long position, and then I could add more to short. This is a very clear trend pointing up. They really want to push the market. It's insane. It's also very slow right now, very slow. Wall Street is also pushing. Looks like we could consider doing a long. I'll do another short here with a tight stop loss of 15 points. So here at 83, shorting it again. Can always exit quick. Using my 20-second rule, there's no progress at all. There you what, just want to push it. Big push on DAX coming right here. So I went short there, and I went short there, okay? They could like to push it, and I think they could consider pushing this one here. Yeah, they will push this one. There's no reason why they should sell it off. They will push this one here. No progress at all. There is no selling pressure. There's no progress. There's no reason to be trading. This is just a completely over trading. On a longer time frame, I'll be right about this is going to correct itself. On a shorter time frame, it could push back to 22,100. So to just have a lower exposure, I just exit the ones I just opened for another profit again. And you might not think this is a lot, but if you do $50 all the time, and you do 10 trades, it's still okay. Like, it's nothing, I know, but it's still 180,000 a year doing nothing. I'm still short. On a longer time frame, I still think this is going to come back to 500. I have no problem holding it. Not when I am in with 10. Still have my stop loss at 22.08. Nasdaq is trying to push itself, and they will. Wall Street, they pushed a lot. They're really trying to push, and they will. Let's see here. Wall Street is really pushing. Really big push on Wall Street. Nasdaq is also pushing now. Everything above. Okay. I consider maybe exit this one here. But they could also get rejected here in Nasdaq. And they could actually start selling off now. No progress. It's completely insane. The US stock market is really moving higher. For what reason? Still holding short. Nasdaq is pushing. I'm glad I don't have any position here. And it's also pushing. It's looking very good for the market in United States. They're just really pushing it high. But will this continue? It looks like the DAX is not really moving after. When will they dump the market? It's going to be interesting to see. Still have my stop loss in place. Could just move it down to 22,000. No reason to have a stop loss at 07. If it's gonna break above, it's gonna break above. There's only one way, and this is momentum, and it's just going up, and you cannot turn the market around. We just have to accept that. The market choose to go up. That's what we're seeing right now. One way, and that's up. Just keep going up. There's no really money to be made here if you're not going long on. Okay, so Nasdaq is again not doing anything. Considering adding to a quick short here, just to do a quick scalp. Now this is very risky. Okay, I'll do another short here for the DAX, just a quick short, take a quick scalp. Would like to exit this one here in maybe 20 seconds. No progress at all. Holding short on DAX. Nasdaq is breaking below 19,000 and Wall Street is also breaking below. Let's see if it starts selling off. And if DAX is going to come after it. But again, this could be a good swing trade. I'm not against day trading, I'm not against swing trading. I was thinking about holding a setup actually today for a little bit more, maybe a couple of days. And I think I could do that. I'll just exit this one here. The ones I just opened. It doesn't really make sense. Exit at 82, yeah. For me, a good setup could look like something like this. So again, it could really push to 22,500, but I think it's going to get rejected here maybe at 22,100. But again, there's no really progress, so it's just like very risky to keep moving your stop loss and hope that the market will turn. I don't think, but I'm going to move my stop loss up to 22,028. And I know that this could get me stopped out. I still have my target at 21,500. This is going to be maybe a couple of days swing trading, or maybe I'm going to hold it for a couple of days. I'm just going to hold this position. I think it could get rejected here, 22,000. Let's see here. I could consider doing a heavy position, with just some scalping here. If we do not break above, but Nasdaq, everything is just pushing. Everything is just pushing up. I would say this is where you could see if you're a good trader or a bad trader. The good traders, they will stay away and they wouldn't even place trade today. And they will just hold cash because their wins is so small and there's no really confirmation on the upside for long or short. So yeah, so I would say the very good traders, you could see if they're not trading and they're just taking a break or like not going live, is they know what they're doing. And we should be doing exactly the same. We shouldn't be trading anything. For me, it's just a low risk, and that's why I do it. The only issues with this trade here is if you let your losers run, then all your profits you just made from scalping is gone. right? So you have to pick a number that you're okay risking if this is just gonna keep going up. And I said to myself, I'm okay risking 2% of my overall account balance. So this is not really a big loss for me because the account is growing close to 40K. So for me to lose 600 is like a little bit over 1%. It could easily come back to here. I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying it could easily. I think that's it for now. This is too much not too much trading, but I've been streaming for an hour. It's not really what I should be doing. But to me, it's still fine. I'll hold this setup here for now. All the way back to here, it's going to be more swing trade. I'm going to hold it for maybe a couple of days. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out, and I will let you know if I get stopped out or if I move my stop loss or if I add to it. For now on, I'm just holding it and not doing anything. You can exit this one here if you do not want to hold it, and then you could re-enter once we break below 880, then you could take it back. Now I'm just going to hold it. I could consider, I think I'm going to get stopped out here. So I think I'm going to move my stop loss here to 22,100. Then I'm risking 3%, and that's still okay. I'm going after this swing trade here, making 10%. So it's a 3.3R, and I'll hold it. If it sells out, I'll just hold it. Okay. So that's it for me now here. No progress on the market. The overall idea of going long here was right at 850 to 950, and if it breaks above, we take it long to 19, and we should stop. That was the first 20 minutes. Here, this is just over trading, but I'll still hold this short for DAX.